here. That's the lead circulation. That's the second one. And the second one is going to basically come over the same area. So even if you had to go to a safe place after this circulation here, that one is going to come right over the same region and through here. All of this is north of the city of Tuscaloosa. Again, we stress that. And again, a lot of folks are obviously awake now that have not been awake. And we are glad that you are with us. And again, as we watch the questions on Twitter, and I'm just Spann, that's my last name, S-P-A-N-N. I don't see any reports. And by the way, if you're watching us on satellite, on DirecTV or Dish, and you're losing your signals, go to our live stream. Go to abc3340.com, click on the live stream, and you will be able to watch us that way. You can watch us on the app on your smartphone or on your iPad, whatever. You can watch us a million different ways. But yes, if you're in the city of Northside, you need to be in a safe place. Northside is right here where Samantha, Northside High School, Samantha, all in the same place right here. So that's coming up through North Tuscaloosa County. Circulation 1, Circulation 2 is near Gordo. So there's number 2, and there's number 1. And again, this first one is broad and it's not been very tight, although it's tightened up in the last few sweeps, no doubt about that. All right, any reports, guys?
Not seeing a thing.
Let's check that Skycam in Tuscaloosa, Ashley B. All is calm in Tuscaloosa right now. Pretty balmy out there. Goodness.
So waiting, I mean, the lightning is there. I mean, there's some there. It has just been, I mean, it's incredible with that storm. Seems like a lot of our storms lately have had, a lot of that lightning, and just a lot of people have referred to it as thunder that shakes the house. And there is a lot of it in that storm.
And by the way, we've got a lot of wind across the state from pressure gradient, not from thunderstorms. We got some power outages. The winds are gusting up to 35 and 40 miles an hour. That is pressure gradient wind. That's not thunderstorm wind. There is a wind advisory in effect. But just to let you know, that's the situation. But again, if we have not called you in a polygon, there is no need to do anything. A lot of people are asking about, dozens and dozens of towns across the state. If we've not called you out, you don't need to do anything. Just sleep, have your weather radio turned on. If there's a warning, turn on the television. We'll tell you what to do. So let's go back to the radar. And what I want to do is just show warnings only. So let's take off the radar data and let's show the current warnings. The good news, Pickens County, all warnings have expired. So if you're in Gordo, you can relax. Go back to sleep. Don't worry about it for now. Be sure your weather radio stays on, though. All right, we have a tornado warning for northern Tuscaloosa County. And again, this does not include the city of Tuscaloosa, nor does it include the campus of the University of Alabama. I want to make that perfectly clear. We have a tornado warning for extreme northern Sumter and northern Greene. And that's it in our television market. Now, up north, we had a tornado warning up in the Tennessee Valley earlier. Brian, let's look up there real quickly for anybody watching on the live stream. And that tornado warning did expire. Have a severe thunderstorm warning parts of Jackson and DeKalb counties. But again, no tornado warnings up here. A lot of flash flooding issues, a lot of flash flooding problems there. So again, that's the situation now. Northern Tuscaloosa, northern Sumter, northern Greene. Other than that, no warnings in our part of the state. Let's put the radar data back on here. And again, I'll step out of the way. This stuff is going to be in Birmingham soon. This is Birmingham. And again, the leading edge of this will be in Birmingham. Let's see, it's 2:45 by 3:15. All right. So the Birmingham Metro will have storms in here by 3:15. Could they be severe? Yes. Is there a chance of a tornado? Yes. That's why there's a tornado watch until 6 a.m. Again, and I keep repeating myself because a lot of people are just waking up. That first clap of loud thunder, you fumble for the remote, and you turn the TV on to see what's going on. And a lot of people are just joining us that are hearing thunder for the first time. We have had no major damage this morning, which is good. In fact, I've heard of no significant damage in the state, a down tree every once in a while, but really no super big deal. But having said that, we still have a tornado watch until 6. from basically Birmingham points west. The air over East Alabama is a little more stable for Anniston and Gadsden. There could be a severe storm, but your situation is much more marginal. The higher atmospheric conditions for tornadoes seem to be in this region right here where things are going on now in parts of west central Alabama. We have a tornado warning for northern Tuscaloosa County for this storm that will be passing north of the cities of Tuscaloosa and Northport. And again, it's basically going to be crossing Highway 171. And there's really two circulations, a broad one here and a tight one back here. The tighter circulation will be crossing Highway 171 in a matter of minutes. North of Northport, crossing Highway 43, probably north of County High, crossing Highway 69, up around the northern part of Lake Tuscaloosa, coming out toward Wyndham Springs. And then the second one down here, that came through Geiger, and that's going to be coming through northern Greene counties. This will be north of Utah. But again, that's both issues we have to watch, all right? So I'm going to scan through a lot of the public reports. Really the beauty of the social media is how we can get reports from places we never got reports from before. A lot of reports of really bad winds in parts of, Cullman and Blount counties. Those are not thunderstorm winds. Those are pressure gradient winds.
Tree down in Odenville, but I think that's once again
Pressure gradient.
pressure gradient.
Yeah. And again, on Twitter, I'm just Spann, my last name, S-P-A-N-N, and Facebook, it's facebook.com/JamesSpann. Don't go to the facebook.com/Spann. That's where there's a 5,000 friend limit, and you can't accept anymore. On the James Spann, there's 76,511 over there, so there's plenty of, that's a big party over there. I'm very encouraged by the lack of storm reports.
An old report coming in from Meridian of nickel-size hail.
All right.
But that's about 30 minutes old.
A lot of reports, the winds are howling in parts of Tuscaloosa County. What's the wind on that Tuscaloosa County Courthouse, Ashley B?
Peak gust to 40. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, that's fine. No, 40.
Is your name Ashley B?
No, it's not.
When the teacher, I would
Colonel
hate it when the
Sanders.
teacher would do that. Yeah, the Colonel.
Well, it's right in the middle of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So up to 40, and still obviously the lightning. I can't. I mean, the temperature 70 is just, here
Amazing.
we are in January. It's amazing. I was walking in and thinking, my goodness, it's just one of those soupy, warm.
I think it's
January
actually
nights.
colder in the studio than it is outside.
Close.
Close, okay.
Usually, yes.
All right. Let's go to the Internet One. Put that behind me, if you will.
James, that second couplet seems to be. It doesn't seem to be as intense, and it's broadening.
Right. I agree. The lead couplet is definitely
Oh yes, yes.
the one to watch, and that's the one that's coming up there through the 4369 corridor. Again,
James, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I didn't know if you noticed, but the Storm Prediction Center is extending the watch eastward. It will be until 10 a.m., including counties of Watauga, Bibb, Calhoun, Chambers, Cherokee, Chilton, Clay, Cleburne, Coosa, Dallas, Elmore, Etowah, Lee, Lowndes, Macon, Marengo, Montgomery, Perry, Randolph, Shelby, St. Clair, Talladega, and Tallapoosa. I know several of those are outside our designated market area, but the watch being extended eastward.
10 o'clock, right?
Until 10 a.m.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
At 10 o'clock, we're going to the Waffle House. Ashley B., want to go with us?
10 o'clock, I can probably
Yeah.
swing that for a little
We're
bit.
going to swap some manly stories, but you can join us anyway.
I'm just into
You're
those
just
as
one of the
well.
guys. Yeah. All right. So again, this is the situation here. This is the most intense velocity signature in Tuscaloosa County, and this is crossing north of Tuscaloosa, north of Northport, crossing over 171, 43, and 69. And let me tell you what, this is a very densely populated part of the world. And I can scan down through Twitter in a heartbeat and tell you if something is going on. Report from Elrod, a wild ride for the last 30 minutes. Pouring rain, wind, and tons of lightning. And I would certainly believe that. The power out is near Tuscaloosa County High. That's from a sheriff's deputy in Tuscaloosa County that's very good to report data to us. So again, there are some power outages now with this signature in the northern part of Tuscaloosa County, Tuscaloosa. So again, underneath this, a lot of people, and again, there is a very, very dense population under this. This thing is pretty windy. Power is out in a pretty good chunk of this zone right now. Let's go back to the graphic system and I'll show you this in a better form. Again, that's a radar scope. This is what it looks like. And let's kind of zoom into North Tuscaloosa County. We're going to focus on green in just a second. But again, I just wanted to show you that. Now, that red strip, that's the polygon warning. But again, note it. There's your polygon right there. City of Tuscaloosa. That's McFarland Boulevard. This is the Woolsey-Fennell Bridge going over the Black Warrior River. Okay. And again, that's McFarland Boulevard. And you can see how the polygon warning is well to the north of there. That's the King Bridge crossing the Warrior River on US 43. All of this action is around Northside High School, Walker Elementary, community of Samantha, community of Wyndham Springs, community of Brownville. In North Tuscaloosa County, that's 171 going to Fayette, 43 going to Bankston, 69 going up to Oakman. So that's the trouble in through there. And again, we've had two distinct circulations in here, and they've waffled. The back circulation for a while was very dominant. Now the lead circulation seems to be dominant. But the one thing I want to be sure you understand is that this is nothing like last year. I mean, a lot of people are getting sick of me saying that, but it doesn't matter because people don't understand. For the ones that live through that. But again, this is nothing like last year. Winds are howling, and the deal is the winds are flowing up into this from the south. Let's look at the county courthouse sky cam again. Ashley, I want to look at that, looking up into the north. Peak wind gust is 40 miles per hour with that camera.
The winds right now 32.
Yeah, that's sustained.
Right.
32. That is a 1 minute average. Let me tell you what, that's a lot of wind. I mean, you get a 1 minute average at 32, that's a lot. And again, understand, I want to stress, it is very windy, but that is wind flowing into the storm well north of Tuscaloosa. So for those that are in the city limits of Tuscaloosa, there is no severe weather danger right now. All right. So let's go back to the radar.
Well, and that wind is in a lot of places. I mean, when I was driving in, I'm not around any storms right now.
Gradient wind is high everywhere, all right? So that's the velocity, and again, there's evidence of the circulation here. But let's go to the reflectivity, and let me look at Birmingham. A lot of folks in Birmingham are now being awakened by thunder. So let's look at the Birmingham Metro here, Brian.
Okay.
And see what we have. You see, we've started to get some showers here and some reports of thunder with this. So for some of you in the southern part of Birmingham, now we're in River Chase, the TV station here, and I've not heard any thunder, but then again, we're in a television studio, but that is nothing severe, okay? If you're in the Birmingham Metro, nothing severe. All of this mess is going to be coming up toward the central and northern part of the Birmingham Metro. This clearly looks like the greater risk will be over the northern half of Jefferson County, all right? Now, if you're in Jasper, weather's not good, but it's not severe. We have no warnings for Walker County, no warnings for Coleman County. The reason we're not showing you is the fact that you've got no warnings. We focus on the areas where we have warnings in effect. But again, please understand, if you are, let's go back to Tuscaloosa. So Birmingham's okay for now. Tuscaloosa, this storm north of you will not affect the city. It's going to affect Wyndham Springs and ultimately the northern Jefferson. But now let's look at the second storm coming up. Let's talk about what's coming up from the southwest. This storm has prompted a tornado warning for northern Greene. All right, and this originated near Geiger on Highway 17. It crossed the Tom Bigby north of Gainesville. And again, there's evidence of a little notch right there, and the circulation is going to be backing through here. That's Highway 14, runs from Aliceville down to Utah. This is the Sipsey River right here. Sipsey empties into the Tom Bigby right here, and that'll be crossing over Highway 14. And again, we're focusing north of Utah. This warning does not include Utah. This is for areas north of Utah, West Greene and Union. Yes, sir.
Carroll's Creek Fire reports trees down on Larry Lake Road. Some roads completely blocked. Roof ripped off in Mount Olive at Coker. These are all coming in from our sky watchers.
Yeah, I believe it.
No injuries, according to the county fire. Power lines down also, and that's from Ron Hughes at Coker.
Yeah, Ronald is
He's a tremendous asset.
He is. He's
Well, I mean, all the Skywatchers.
right, but he's one of the longtime sky watchers. And again, so again, and let's go back to and again, just northern green, tornado warning. Stay in a safe place. Let's go back up to the northern storm. And again, to refresh what Brian just said, this storm complex has been responsible for knocking down trees. This is Larry Lake Road. Might mean Mid-Larry Road.
It's 5 miles north of Tuscaloosa County High.
Right. I think he's talking about Mid-Larry Road. And then, or no, it's Larry Lake Road. That's correct. Larry Lake Road. Trees blocking roads. Coming from Carroll's Creek Fire. Carroll's Creek Fire is up Highway 69. A roof was ripped off, apparently a home in the Mount Olive area near Coker. And again, no injuries reported through the county fire. Larry Lake is about 5 miles north of County High. So again, it runs between 43 and 69. So again, that's a situation where, that's the first really significant damage we've had. And like I said, this is a very highly populated part of the world in through here. So again, that is damage that is pretty significant and has occurred with this storm.
Our news desk, James, is saying that Coleman County EMA reports a power substation was hit. I'm not sure what that means in terms of, was that a lightning hit? But over 1,000 people without power.
All right. Now let's go back to the radar. And again, this complex that has knocked down trees and apparently caused some roof damage is about to come up into Jefferson County here soon. We'll have a warning soon for Jefferson, whether it's a tornado or a severe thunderstorm. We'll find out in a minute. And again, a tornado warning for northern green. But let's go back down to Meridian. Wanted to show you.
Tuscaloosa police scanner, huge trees down, Highway 171 near Crawford Drive.
All right. And again, this is the same storm.
Yes.
So this complex has done a pretty significant amount of tree damage. We know that. All right. So again, this means business, and this is about to come up to another dense population center here as well. But none of this has affected the city of Tuscaloosa. This is all north of Northport, again, County High north. And then we've got the tornado warning for green. Let's go down to Meridian real quick and look at that cluster. This is a storm that is the one coming up into Sumter, Brian, from Meridian, the state line down there.
I'm sorry, wrong one.
Yeah, that has prompted a tornado warning, and getting some buzz on the scanner here of possible damage from that. It doesn't look as well defined to me now as it did. But again, just to let you know that there's potential for those of you in Sumter that this might be affecting you. And of course, this is York, and this is Livingston right here. And again, we've got all these colleges here. You got the University of West Alabama here. Just be aware that prompted a tornado warning for the Meridian area. But again, here's the deal, all right? Everybody in these places we've called out should stay in a safe place, all right? Let's go up here to northern green. Everybody north of Utah, west green, the community of Union, be in a safe place. Let's go to Tuscaloosa County. Everybody, again, above Tuscaloosa County High School, up 43, need to be in a safe place. Around Northside High School in Samantha. And back in the back, you got to watch that back right here. That could be, we've had broad circulation here and here, all right? So everybody, again, from Brownville, Samantha, right across the northern part of Lake Tuscaloosa, stay in a safe place until we give you an all clear. That's the situation here, all right? So again, this is a storm that has produced significant tree damage. And again, we understand it has produced some structural damage. One of our sky watchers is in North Tuscaloosa County, and she reports that she believes there was a tornado on the ground near Tierce Patton Farm Road. And again, that's up in the northern part of Lake Tuscaloosa. Tierce Patton connects 69 and 43, and she smells fresh pine, which is one of the first clues the sky watchers have at night that you've got damage because of the pine trees that go down. And she's starting to look for damage. So again, We've got reports of a lot of trees down with this thunderstorm complex north of the city of Tuscaloosa. And everybody north of Tuscaloosa County High, around Lake Tuscaloosa, the northern half of Lake Tuscaloosa, stay in a safe place for about the next 15 minutes, okay?